The 2025 Mama Awards are approaching, and the race for the Rookie of the Year male category is really heating up as the tracking period nears its end. Based on the latest data from week 27 and the initial scores as of July 12, 2025, the competition is fierce, with artists like Kickflip, AHOF, New Era, XLove, and Close Your Eyes all vying for that top spot. Right now, AHOF holds the second position overall, and this article breaks down the scoring criteria, analyzes AHOF's standing, and, well, explores how we can push AHOF to the top. Let's break it down based on the latest evaluation categories. The Rookie of the Year award is determined by a weighted combination of 4 key categories, each contributing a specific percentage to the total score. Digital performance makes up 25%, and this measures streaming and downloads on domestic platforms like Circle Charts and Korean platforms, as well as global platforms such as Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Music. Physical album sales is the highest weighted category at 40%, based on unit sales tracked by official charts like Hanteo and Circle. Global popularity counts for 15%, assessed through streaming standings on global platforms and potential international votes. Finally, judge panel evaluation makes up 20%, and that's determined by a panel of domestic and international experts who evaluate music quality, performance, and potential. Here are the current standings as of July 12, 2025. Number 1, Kickflip with 55. Number 2, AHOF with 36.24. Number 3, New Era at 23.81. Number 4, XLove with 18.35. And at number 5, Close Your Eyes with 17.30. AHOF is holding second place, thanks to a massive lead in digital performance, but there's still ground to cover in the other categories, especially album sales. Let's look at each section and what AHOF needs to do, starting with album sales, which account for 40% of the total score. AHOF is ranked 4th in this category with 143,246 sales, which is 8.31% of the total. Kickflip leads with 689,326 sales, or 40%, followed by New Era and Close Your Eyes. Since this is the most heavily weighted category, boosting AHOF's physical sales is crucial if we want to see them climb to first overall. So here's how you can help out. First, buy their album, either a physical copy or online through Honto registered stores. Also, try to promote bulk orders if you can. And don't forget to encourage both international and Korean fans to support album sales through fan base initiatives. Digital score makes up 25% of the total, and AHOF really dominates in this area. They earned 2,327,768 digital points, which is a perfect score in this category, 25%. Honestly, this is what has carried them to second place overall, even though they're kind of lagging in album sales. Keep it up, everyone! Make sure to stream on Melon, Genie, Flow, Bugs, and Vibe. Those are the main Korean streaming apps. If possible, support paid downloads too. And, yeah, encourage the Korean fan base to really push during weekly chart tracking. Global votes make up 15% of the total score. AHOF is currently ranked 4th in this category with 3,678,335 votes, which is about 2.93%. Compared to Kickflip at 15% and XLove at 14.32%, AHOF really needs a significant push in global engagement. So how can you help? Well, you can stream on Spotify since that's the biggest influence on global ranking. You can also watch their music videos and other content on YouTube. Participating in fan voting apps like Mnet Plus, Mubeat, IdolChamp, and others really helps too. And of course, boosting social media trends and hashtags is a great way to raise their visibility. Judges' score accounts for 20% of the total, but right now, it's still undisclosed. The data for this category just isn't available yet, so it kind of acts as a wild card. The lack of scores here means the final outcome could definitely shift, depending on what the expert evaluations turn out to be. Judges typically consider musicality, stage performance, impact, and media buzz, as well as consistency and innovation. You know, AHOF's multiple music show wins, their really impressive debut, and strong digital presence may honestly sway judges favorably. AHOF's current second-place standing is, well, largely due to its dominant performance in the digital category, where it scored 2,327,768 points, far ahead of its competitors who all registered 0. This 25% weighting has definitely bolstered AHOF's overall score. However, the 40% weight of physical album sales is where AHOF falls behind, ranking 4th with 143,246 units compared to Kickflip's 689,326. Additionally, AHOF's global popularity score of 3,678,335 is, honestly, significantly lower than Kickflip's 18,854,738, which just widens the gap even more. The note that Close Your Eyes' digital performance may surge during their comeback suggests AHOF's lead in this category could erode, making immediate action really essential. So, here are some strategies to make AHOF first and win ROTY. First up, boost global popularity, which makes up 15% of the score. The action here is to increase streaming on global platforms like Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Music. You can create playlists featuring AHOF songs, share them with international fans, and encourage continuous playback. The impact? Raising AHOF's global score from 3,678,335 to something closer to Kickflip's 18,854,738 could honestly add some really valuable points, especially with that 15% weighting. So let's talk about enhancing digital performance, which makes up about a quarter of the total score. The goal here is to really amplify streaming and downloads on Korean platforms, like circle charts, while also keeping up the momentum on global platforms. Organizing streaming parties and promoting AHOF's music through social media challenges can make a big difference. If we can sustain or even increase the current 2,327,768 digital points, AHOF will be able to hold on to its lead in this category and, honestly, counter any potential gains from Close Your Eyes' comeback. So, let's talk about maximizing physical album sales, which actually make up 40% of the total score. This is, hands down, the most critical category. Fans should purchase AHOF albums through official retailers like Honto and Circle charted stores. It's a good idea to encourage bulk buys, pre-orders, and even organize giveaways to really drive those unit sales. Closing the gap with Kickflip's 689,326 units is honestly challenging, but it's definitely achievable if everyone puts in a solid effort. Even a modest increase to, say, 300,000 to 400,000 units could make a big difference and significantly boost AHOF's score. Next up, influencing the judge panel evaluation, which counts for 20%. While direct influence is, pretty limited, fans can still make an impact by submitting high-quality fan content, like performance videos or fan art, to official AHOF channels. This really helps showcase the group's talent and potential. It's also super helpful to engage with international music communities to build a stronger case for AHOF's recognition. A strong showing here could totally tip the scales if the judges end up favoring AHOF's music quality and performance. Honestly, AHOF's path to first place depends on tackling its weaknesses in album sales and global popularity while keeping that digital lead strong. Since album sales carry the highest weight at 40%, a focused campaign to boost purchases is absolutely crucial. If you combine that with increased global streaming and steady digital efforts, AHOF can definitely close the gap with Kickflip's 55 total score. The next week is going to be critical, especially with Close Your Eyes' digital surge just around the corner. By rallying together, fans can help AHOF not only take the lead, but also win the 2025 Mama Awards ROTY Male category. Let's make it happen. Let's not let up. This is the moment to push harder. For AHOF, for the fandom, for the win.